This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan, with your host, Nancy Smitham, and the latest news from Alpena Community College with Dr. Olin Joynton. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
Good morning and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Nancy Smitham. My first two guests today are both from Child and Family Services. I have Elizabeth Jones and Madeline McConnell. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
As I was telling you just before we started taping, working in the DHS office as I do for my real job, and having had you folks on for Child and Family Services so many times this year, I'm just so happy to live in a community where the welfare of our children in our community, whether they're children in foster care, children being adopted, sexual abuse, any kind of violence against children is taken so seriously and is so well watched over by such wonderful groups like the Department of Human Services and your agency. So before we go much further, I want to thank both of you for what you do. I think it's pretty wonderful.
Thank you.
And Elizabeth, this is National Foster Care Month.
Yes, that's correct.
It was proclaimed by the mayor way back at the first of the month.
Yes, and it's also a National Foster Care Month. It's not just for Michigan.
Oh, it's national.
Yes, it's all across the
very
United
good.
States. Mm-hmm.
And over 13,000 children are in foster care at any given time.
In Michigan, yes.
Amazing. Those are unbelievable numbers. Well, give me some reasons why children may end up in foster care.
Well, there's several reasons. It could be abuse or neglect by the parent or any other caregiver that the child is with. It could be sexual abuse. It could be medical neglect. It could be a parent that just doesn't want to take care of their child anymore. There's several reasons that a child can come into care.
Okay, and I like what you said here too. Becoming a foster parent is a choice. When I've had other people from Child and Family Services on, they say, no, if you're doing it to make money, you're not doing it for the right reason. There is a stipend provided, but tell me about becoming a foster parent.
Well, the money that the foster parent does receive is more or less a reimbursement. It's not a payment, and actually Madeline would have a little more information on that. That's a licensing.
Okay, tell me about that.
Sure. So there are, like we said, 13,000 children in foster care in Michigan, and when kids are removed from their parents, the goal is reunification. Temporarily, while the parents are resolving the barriers that brought those children into care, children are placed into foster homes. Most of the time we hope that those foster homes are relatives so that there's familiarity there,
Sure.
But sometimes there aren't those resources and families don't have relatives that are in a position where they can care for those children. So we place children into licensed foster homes. It is a choice to become a licensed foster parent. There's a lot of I think misconceptions out there about what it takes. You don't have to have tons and tons of money to be a foster parent. You don't have to own your own home to be a foster parent. It's not as out of reach as people think it is sometimes. So we encourage people to give us a call at Child and Family Services to learn about what it takes to be a foster parent, what some of the licensing requirements are, and we can talk with people and walk through that process. And if it's not the right choice or right fit for a family at the time, there's a lot of other ways that families can get involved to support children in the community that are in foster care.
Wonderful. Now, Elizabeth, I know we have a great need for foster homes right here in our community.
Yes, there's a great need. We have very limited foster homes. A lot of times we get referrals for older youth, anywhere from the ages of 13 to 17. A lot of them have behavior issues. Some of them have delinquency issues, and a lot of families only want the younger children, the babies, or the children 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. So we have a great need for foster homes for older children in the area.
Okay, so someone's interested, they're listening to this, or they've seen the banners around town or some of the news stories that say, I'm an empty nester, my kids are gone, my grandkids don't live in the area, I could provide a warm, safe, comforting environment for a young person while they're dealing with all these matters. What would their first step be?
So first, we would request that they give us a call and talk to us about what their interest is, and we can answer any general questions that they have. One of the first steps to pursuing the licensing process is coming to an orientation. We do have an orientation schedule that we've made for the year, and we'll be posting that on our new website before too long so that people can see what dates we have orientations, or they can call us and we'll set up an individual orientation or provide them those dates as well so that they can get all of that information before starting the process and learning about what the licensing process is like.
Okay, and to raise awareness, you've had some wonderful events held during the month. On May 10th, DHS and CFS, you had a collaboration, celebration of the foster mothers in the area, Mother's Day Out. What a wonderful thing.
It was wonderful.
It was great.
And then you're doing this weekend, as this is being aired, you will have completed your Walk Me Home 5 run walk event. I've seen the signs around town. I saw them down Chisholm Street, so that's wonderful. And if someone wasn't able to participate in that, they could still stop by and drop off a donation either at DHS or at Child and Family Services.
Absolutely.
And then on Friday, May 30th, you're having a wonderful event.
We are.
Yes, that is going to be Magic for a Child. It's going to be held at the Grantham Theater at ACC at 7 p.m. We're bringing in a magician named Mike Maturin for entertainment and Laura Frawley for musical entertainment. Tickets are $20 for a family, and if you're interested, you can come into the office or give us a call.
At 356-4567.
Yes.
Yep. Okay, and now back to foster children again. I think, like you said, there's a lot of misconceptions about foster children and, you know, some of the stories that you read and things, but we want people to know that in our community, children do not go to foster care unless that family is a wonderful family and are following all the rules and regulations. Yep. And sometimes foster kids are there for a night, they're here for 2 days, if they're for a week or a month, but, you know, unless you want them to be there forever or you're considering adoption somewhere down the road, normally it's more of a temporary situation, correct?
It is. It's, you know, I mean, it varies. The goal is to get the children back with their parents as quickly as possible, as long as that home is safe for them to return to. And sometimes parents can resolve those barriers in a shorter period of time. It could be 2 or 3 months, and sometimes parents need a little bit longer to work on those things. And so foster care can be, you know, for a couple of weeks while a relative is found. It could be for a couple of months and they can safely return to parents. Or sometimes it can be a year or a year and a half. And there are circumstances at times when parents are not able to resolve those issues and children do become available for adoption. So adoption is another service that we do offer at our agency when that time arises, if it arises for children.
Okay, we're out of time. I want to thank both of you very much. And once again, Friday, May 30th, Magic for a Child. Call Child and Family Services 356-4567 to get tickets or more information.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you both very much.
Thanks.
I'll be right back with some information on Friends Together following these messages. Hi, welcome back. My last guest today is Stacy Rosnowski, and we're here to talk about 5 for Friends. Hi, Stacy.
Hi.
Everybody around town seeing the big 5 for Friends signs, and the businesses seeing the big hand out and about, seeing it put in the paper, you know, seeing the T-shirts out and about. So what is 5 for Friends?
It is a 3-month fundraising campaign for Friends Together. And at the end of the 3-month campaign, we're going to have a big community-wide celebration that's free to the community at the brewery, on the brewery property. There's going to be children's activities, there's going to be entertainment, we're going to have a band, there's going to be food available, just all sorts of fun things for families to do on a Friday night. And it's just a big community celebration.
And it's, as I've been watching all the events, there have been so many events coming up. Connie's Cafe is really involved, and they did a tips night, and they're doing a couple of more things. And my team, we're doing the Docs That Rock. It's this next Wednesday at Fresh Palette. We have 8 local doctors who are going to be waiting on tables. If you need more information about that, they can contact you or me or Friends Together. There's going to be tip night at Big Boy. What are some of the other events that are coming up? Booze cruise?
We have the booze cruise that's happening this Saturday.
weekend,
Yep,
yes.
it'll happen. And what that is Melissa Burns is putting together a bus that's going to go down to the World Expo of Beer in Frankenmuth, and it's just going to be a fun day. Make a little bit of money for friends together, and just drive down there in a bus and be safe about it.
Yay, sounds like fun.
We've had a concert. My
That's
crew did a
right,
concert
yes.
with all local bands that put
was
on.
outstanding.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So there's a lot of fundraisers going on. There was a community garage sale. There's going to be a pig roast.
Yes, Memorial Weekend.
Yes, Memorial Weekend in the Friends Together parking lot. Their Guys Like Us group is putting on that event, and that sounds like it's going to be a really cool event to go to, pretty big. So they're expecting a lot of people. I can't remember if there's any other ones that weekend, but there's a few coming up that we will have.
So where can we find out about all of these events?
Friends Together, you can go on to their website, or you could call Friends Together. They have a listing of all of the events that are going on. There's some really cool events that have been done, and we're going to have some, and you'll start seeing them throughout the year also. It'll be a longer fundraising campaign next year.
And the theme, Five for Friends, is give a hand to a friend in your community, a friend affected by cancer. And as you well know, with your involvement with Relay for Life and Friends Together and Cancer Community, you know that cancer touches almost everyone in our community in one way or another.
Yeah, it does. And it's so nice that this money that we raise for Friends Together, it stays in our community. It is for our neighbors, our friends, our families, and our loved ones. So that's always nice to know that you're helping someone that you know.
And you know, having been involved with Friends Together, because it's a very important group to me and my family. My husband is a member of Guys Like Us. I can remember sitting here with Judy Burns many years ago talking about the support groups and thinking, well, you know, what a great thing to have. And now that I have to use them in my community, or my husband is very involved, and I know what a difference it makes in his life. He talks to guys, all men in the room, all who have cancer of one type or another, and the difference that it makes for him. When he walks out of there, he's all perky, upbeat, happy, jolly. It's amazing what having that support in your community can do. They help with gas cards for visits. They do advocacy. They do education. If you need to go to a doctor and you're not able to get a hold of that doctor, I mean, they'll jump right in and take care of that and get it done for you. I mean, there's so many wonderful things that Friends Together does.
We do, and it's always nice to hear that we're helping people, and even just the support groups. They become like a family to each other, and they are just there for each other. It's pretty amazing.
And if you think you're going to go to a support group and hear doom and gloom, no. It's not. They laugh, and they have I mean, sometimes they laugh ridiculously, and it's such a release of that pent up, that emotion, and being with people who, when they say, I know how you feel, they really do.
Yeah, and it's crazy how they can be at a meeting, there can be tears, there can be laughter. It's one emotion to the next, and they're there for each other. You never walk out of there feeling alone.
And you know, there's some wonderful t-shirts out there for sale that for Friends Together. They're $10 each. They're available at the Friends office. We have 50/50 tickets available. There's some wonderful little cards out right now that you can take and have punched in participating merchants and be eligible for $100 gift cards.
Yes, the Downtown Business Association is a partner with us. They're a huge partner, and there are some local businesses down there that have been sponsors to us, and they are on a punch card. If you visit any of those businesses, you get a punch for being on or participating, for helping that business. And when you do that, when you fill up your punch card, you put your name on it, and there's a box at Culligan Plaza, and there's one at the Fresh Palette. And we're going to have a drawing at the June 6th event. 5 people will be drawn for $100 Downtown Business Association gift certificates. So that's pretty cool.
At my fundraiser next Wednesday at the Fresh Palette, I'll have those little cards so everybody can get them punched.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if there's still a lot of room for people to help. You know, Friends Together does a big golf outing. They do other fundraisers. They need people to stuff envelopes, to help with mailings. They need people to maybe do home visit, maybe bake cookies for events, do things. There's always things that people can do to help Friends Together.
We are always looking for volunteers. We have great volunteers, but we're always looking for more.
And you know, Friends Together is very blessed to have an outstanding board. It's a very diverse board of some wonderful, caring people in our community, too.
We do have a great board.
And so if anybody wants more information on how to help with Five for Friends, or what's going to be going on, or if they have a service they would like to provide for free down there that evening, because everything's going to be free.
Yes.
And it's for cancer patients or families, or if you want to join a team, there's still time to join a team, and Friends Together has a list of all the teams.
Yes.
And we also have yard signs for sale.
Yep, they're $20 each. You can add a loved one's name on it in memory or in honor for an additional $5. Or if you want to make it a combo with a t-shirt, the yard sign and the t-shirt are $25, so you save $5 by buying them together.
And the logo, the signs, everything is top-notch, everything is outstanding. Thanks to some wonderful people in our community who are working with us on that too, keeping
Yes.
everything local.
Yeah, we have a great committee that's working on this event. They've been great about bringing everything together. It's going to be so much fun.
And I suggest you go online to Friends Together or check out their Facebook page because it has all of the information for all of these events, events that are coming up that you can still participate in. Lots of fun stuff, and raise some money that stays right here in your community to help those affected by cancer.
Yes.
Patients and caregivers.
Yep.
Okay, Stace, do you know the number at Friends Together?
Speed dial number 3.
Speed dial number 3. Okay, that's our tech dial. And I know they're easy to find online or in the phone book. Friends Together, it's on the corner of Prentice and
State Street.
And State Street. You know, they've got big signs out. You'll see the signs. Stop in, ask them about stuff. There's always someone there, easy to talk to. And especially would like to invite anyone out there who's struggling through cancer. You know, stop in, find out about the support groups, and join one of them because you'll be really, really glad that you did.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much for being here. Look forward to seeing you on the 6th, if not before.
Yes.
Thank you. Please stay tuned for Dr. Olin Joynton following these messages.
Good morning. I am Jay Walterwright, Director of Public Information and Marketing for Alpena Community College, and this is the ACC portion of Talk of the Town. My guest this morning is Mike Colleen, Director of Admissions for ACC. Mike, hi.
Always great to be here, Jay. Coming in on Sunday mornings to talk to the community about what's happening. Looking forward to it.
Well, Mike, I know you're a very popular guest and you're always well informed, so glad to have you.
Absolutely, thanks.
So our topic this time is summer semester. Summer semester starts tomorrow, essentially, May 19th. What's neat and unique about summer semester this year?
Well, yeah, first of all, it is going to be summer. The weather we've had this past week, most people may be wondering if summer is coming, but at ACC, summer is coming.
All right.
And in the majority of classes, you're right, do start tomorrow, May 19th. And really, summer session is usually those 15-week classes condensed down into either a 6 or 12-week format. And the first set of 6 classes start tomorrow, ranging a variety of general education classes from English to psychology, political science, chemistry, math stuff, really all those core things that could really get you started at ACC, potentially catch up if you were a student in the past, or transfer to a 4-year college. So a lot of different things. And then in June, there's going to be that second set of summer stuff classes, summer classes out there. For example, you could take English 111 this first 6, and then English 112 the second 6. And this summer, have your entire English series all set for your freshman year of college.
So what I hear you say is that for students who already know they're maybe going to a university, summer semester at ACC is a good way to start and get some of those transfer courses.
Right, and that's one of the population or one of the demographics that are out there is, you're a high school senior, you know that you're going to be going away to a 4-year college. Why not grab a class or 2 that could transfer, or possibly you're looking to stay at ACC and you're going to be working a job in the fall and you want to just sort of reduce your schedule from maybe 15 credits to 12 credits, still full time. It's a good opportunity to sort of get ahead, not necessarily catch up, but get ahead. And then there might be other people out there who are home from their 4-year college. They went away for a year or 2, and maybe they're looking to grab a class that would transfer back because that class at that 4-year college in the typical year may be in a 300-seat auditorium, and we can offer it here in 15 or 20 people. So that may work for you. So a lot of different populations or different people that may be taking classes, and really we'll welcome to help anybody and everybody. Just come on into the office and we'll get you taken care of.
That would be the admissions office. That's
Absolutely.
where you are.
Yeah. We're in Van Laer Hall. Admissions, registration, financial aid, sort of all in one building. We call it a sort of a one-stop shop. We can get you taken care of on all 3 fronts right here at Van Laer Hall.
Well, for those students whose schedules haven't permitted them to get in yet to register or enroll, why don't you talk about what it's going to take to get registered for the first 6 weeks in the next couple days.
Absolutely. Well, a couple things. If you've never taken classes at ACC before, we need you to submit an application for admission. You can do that online at our website here this morning, later this afternoon, just before you come in tomorrow morning to the office. We can get that process for you. And then you just you would have Monday or Tuesday really to try and get into that first 6 weeks of classes, as you don't want to get too far behind. And really, it's to your benefit. The reason we don't want you, we won't allow you to register late. So come on in, 8 to 4:30. If classes start tomorrow, which our class schedule is available online for students to look at, they could go out this afternoon, tonight, sort of maybe do a little bit of pre-planning, come in, check it out. We can certainly get you registered and buy your books and attend classes as early as tomorrow afternoon. Who knows?
There you go. So you've mentioned the English courses, the math courses, maybe even some chemistry, those things that transfer usually. Are there any other interesting summer courses going on?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you know, over the last couple of years, we've had our diving classes, the open water diving classes. We've had some underwater archaeology, Great Lakes issues that sort of tie into our marine technology program, sort of a new exciting program at ACC. That you can get some summer classes out of the way to just prepare you for those fall classes. We've got underwater, or not really underwater, archaeology class that Richard Clute always takes students out, and they dig up an outhouse or dig up a burial site of some sort. Really, really fascinating, usually very popular. So there are sort of like to call some interest or hobby type courses out there for people as well.
Yeah, and those are good for people who don't really need the credit. They're just looking for something interesting to do, to keep active.
Absolutely. Meet people in the community, create new experiences. I like to say make memories while you're being a student at ACC.
And you mentioned the selection of courses. Are there any courses that are closed or are tight right now?
Well, I mean, we have been registering since late March, and so there is, you know, I'm not going to say everything is open, but I would say I took a quick look while I was at home this morning and came in and checked, and about 95% of our courses are still open. Some may only have 1 or 2 seats, so there is some limited availability. That's why I would encourage people to get in early, because we can only take so many people in a class. Even online classes get maxed out or capped at a certain level. So don't delay. Come on in, and we'll get you taken care of.
And online courses are very popular as well. So
absolutely. They're convenient, the time management, and so forth. Not necessarily easier, but they're more convenient based on your time schedule.
Well, we just have a little bit left, but why don't you talk about our second 6-week period, which starts June 30th?
Exactly, and that's June 30th, and so that's where people maybe have taken that first English or maybe a speech class, and they just want to continue with another class. It goes from June 30th through the first week of August, which I believe is August 8th, so another 6-week period, hopefully in the heat of summer at that time, and so forth, but certainly another option. So looking at our schedule, it does have the start and end dates on the schedule. So if you do see something that says 6:30, or we even have some classes that only meet like 1 week or 2 weeks, you know, but they're all day. Sort of look at those start and end dates, and if you find something that works for you that doesn't start till June, I still encourage you to get in as soon as possible, but you got a little more time. But those first classes, the ones that start tomorrow, we'll see you in the morning, and come on in and get registered.
All right, well, Mike, that's all the time we have. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Jay.
Yep, and thank you. Once again, I am Jay Walterite, Director of Public Information and Marketing for Alpena Community College, and this is Talk of the Town.
This has been Talk of the Town with Nancy Smitham and Dr. Olin Joynton. For a list of events taking place in Northeast Michigan, visit our website at wbkb11.com and click on Community. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production.